Hello, amazing and incredible students. Here is your Unit 2 Check for Understanding tutorial video. So in order to practice for the assessment that you have on Friday, here are your instructions in order to kind of navigate how to use Go Formative. I've seen several of you have used Go Formative for previous classes, but now we're going to use it for our class and also for our assessment. So the first thing that you need to do is click on the link below, or you can click here. So I'm going to do that in just a moment. And one thing I want to make sure you also know is answer all of the questions to the best of your ability. It doesn't hurt. Like, you can do this practice assessment as many times as you'd like in order to figure out how to best understand what we've been doing in class. Click submit, and then you will immediately get answers to each of the questions, and then send a message to me if you don't understand. You'll get feedback immediately. You will not get feedback immediately from your bore model is what I meant to say, but I'll give you feedback by 3 o'clock on Thursday. Probably earlier, but if you get it done earlier, I just want to let you know at 3 o'clock on Thursday is the time that I will be able to give you feedback for sure. So I'm going to show you when we click on here. Unfortunately, when you click on here, it should just pop up. Or you can click on here on going on Go Formative. The test student does not show me. I don't have a view for from Canvas on Formative, but I do have it popped up here on. So basically, when you open it up, it'll look like this. So you'll see several different. You'll see the whole thing. There is a total of 10 questions, but it says it's 19 because some of these questions are more than one part. So I'm just going to go through and kind of give you some guidance on how to use Go Formative. You can zoom in if you want to do it that way, where you're then being able to read the question fully, especially if your screen is smaller. You can click on each question and it'll pop back up. So you can zoom in and then you can show the questions and kind of go back and forth. This does look slightly different on a phone or on a Chromebook, but for the most part, it looks very similar. So you'll read each question. One atom is blank, a single hair. Is it one atom is as wide as a single human hair? One atom is much wider than, twice as thick, a single human hair? Or one atom is much smaller than, so 500,000th as thick as a human hair. So then as you see this, you have your options are over here. So you either select A, B, A, and B, but know that I'm not going to give you any curveballs. There's only one correct answer. So as you are clicking it, it is saving it. I'm actually able to kind of see how, as you're answering things. So that's only for if I'm on the feedback at the same time that you are, but know that as you're clicking through, and so then electrons are found in the blank part of the atom. These are your multiple choice questions. Once you get down to number 5, so it'll be asking you to find the number of protons and the number of electrons for each of these elements. You do need a periodic table, so you can use the periodic table that that you came and picked up, so which looks like this, but you have it in color. Or you can go to your Canvas, click on Home, and you have a periodic table linked here on the home. So there's the one right here. If you have a printer, you can, this is the same one that I have here. It's taking a hot minute there. Or you can just use this one as well. So that this periodic table is also, it has some ads in it, but it has plenty of information. And what's nice about this one is you can scroll over it and it'll pop it up here on the left side. So I'm going to go to calcium. Calcium, remembering that the atomic number is going to give us the information. So this number in the upper left-hand corner, or is either right above the symbol or upper in the upper left corner. That information is going to tell us the number of protons and the number of electrons. So in this case, coming back to the formative, you would go to number 5, the number of protons. You could write 20, or you could write the number, you could write the word 20, and so the number of electrons is also going to be 20. So as you're filling it out, it's not going to give you immediate feedback, but you would do that for scandium and you do that for arsenic. And scrolling down to again, these questions 1 through 4 is for a 2.5. Level 3 is moving on to this part right here, and then drawing a Bohr model. This part is going to be the most important part for this next for moving on to unit 3. But number 11, so that finding, you've got the information on silicone. So you got the atomic number. The atomic number, notice, is above. So you could write 14. Atomic mass is going to be that number that's down below. And, excuse me, 28.08. And then, so that would be what it would look like. So then on this one, once you get to number 15 or I could also call that 6 A, B, C, D, but you are going to click on show your work and you're going to draw. So you've got a couple options here on the side here. I'm going to encourage you to use the text box whenever you draw that nucleus. So you're going to have, in this case, it's going to be 14 protons. And then and there's also 14 neutrons. Remember that the protons, neutrons all live together in the nucleus. So then you have 14 protons, 14 neutrons. And then remembering, I'm just going to show you what it's going to look like. So you have an idea of, if you want to try on your own, you can you can fast forward. But I think the easiest way is to do a circle. So we've got a circle where we have, this is our first energy level, so I'm just going to put 2 electrons on that first energy level. If I really wanted to take another level and make sure that I have the nucleus represented, you could also put like a little nucleus around there as well. But know that if you just put these little circles for your electrons, so you got 1, 2, then we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Remembering once you get to 8 on this second level, you are done. So you have a total of 10 electrons on this Bohr model, but you still need another 4. So I would encourage you, I'm not going to give you the full answer, but then move on to that third energy level and put those remaining electrons. So then when you're done, you click check mark, and then you are done. And then same for these ones. So number 7 and 8, or 16 and 17, however you want to look at it. You've got these answers. So these are level 4. These questions. Your assessment will be a little bit longer than this, but know that this practice assessment will certainly get you set up for success. And one nice thing about Go Formative is before you click submit, is you have all of so you're like, oh, these are not complete. So I need to go back to number 14. And then you need to then put in a value there. So that is all I got for you. If you want to send me a message during any of these where you're like kind of lost or have a question, this little chat box will give you an opportunity to like ask a question on there. So when you're done, you want to make sure that you click submit. So you're like, oh, you have unfinished questions. You can go back and do them, but then you click submit. So your responses have been submitted, and then you can go back to see the correct answers. So I'm going to exit, and you would then be able to see what that looks like. So that's all I got for you, folks. Hopefully that was helpful in order to support you in understanding what you need to do for that assignment. One last thing is, if you are like one of those kind of people, you're like, oh, I don't want to have this thing in my to-do list, you could go back and make sure that it is all submitted, and then I'll see that it's there. And again, it's not for credit, but it's like an opportunity for you to have some support on knowing what the assessment's going to look like on Friday. Okay, take care. Reach out if you have any questions.